Hi, my name is Delaynie Childers and I'm here to share a few tips with y'all today. So my first tip would probably be to find what gets you excited about archery and remember that every single time you shoot. After last season, I sat down and I wrote out what my goals were for the year. My first one was strength. I wanted to build my strength so that I could pull more poundage on my bow. But the main reason I wanted to work on my strength was to strengthen my shot process overall so that I could become more confident in my shooting abilities. To achieve that goal, I started CrossFit and it's helped me a lot. I've built a lot of muscle and I'm very proud of myself. Another thing that I wanted to work on this year was working on my mental state while I'm shooting, because I always have a tendency to get down on myself when I make a bad shot, and I struggle to recoup from that, and it wears on the rest of my shooting. So to help with that, I've started listening to happy music while I'm shooting, and then eventually I associate shooting with happy stuff. One last thing that I would like to touch on is focusing. I had a really big problem with this last year. With a lot of stuff that was going on in my life, there was a lot of distraction going on. But not only that, I love talking, and I love talking with my friends. So when I'm around my friends, which is mostly archery, and I'm trying to focus on my shot and my shot process, it's hard not to listen in on conversations that are going on around you. But I found it best that if you just stare at the target without any thought about what's going on around you, just completely zone in on the target, it really helps. And most people would say, duh, that's kind of obvious, but for me it wasn't blatantly obvious when I first started shooting, because my mind would jump from one thing to another, and I still have a tendency to do it now, but I've gotten a lot better about not focusing on the people around me, just focusing on the target in front of me. So this year I have really tried to focus on indoor, because it is, although I love 3D with my whole heart, I also very much enjoy indoor, because it is something that I can focus on. When I look at a Vegas target, I can zone in on it and that is all I see, and so I can shoot at it and not get distracted. With 3D, on the other hand, I get very distracted by the things around me, so I struggle to stare at the 12 and just shoot that because there's so much going on around me. So I've really focused on that this year. I hope I've given y'all some helpful tips on how to start your year out on a good note. I love y'all, and I'll see y'all on the range.